The Tale of Ambira and the Spirit's Curse. Ambira was the most beautiful woman in the village. Her skin was smooth as silk, her hair flowed like a river, and her smile, when she chose to show it, could light up the darkest night. But her beauty masked a heart full of cruelty. Ambira had a sharp tongue and used it to belittle everyone, from the children who played by the river to the elders who sat under the big tree. No one was safe from her harsh words. She mocked the poor for their torn clothes, the hard-working for their struggles, and even the wise for their age. Her husband Mosi bore the brunt of her insults. No matter how much he tried to please her, Ambira always found fault with him. "You are useless, just like everyone else in this village," she would say, rolling her eyes. The villagers avoided her, whispering prayers to never cross her path. One sunny afternoon, Ambira went to the stream to fetch water. As she balanced her pot on her head, she hummed a tune, her beauty radiating under the golden light. On her way back, she saw an old woman struggling to carry a bundle of firewood. The woman, bent with age, looked up and asked softly, "My daughter, could you help me carry this wood? My strength is failing me." Ambira stopped and laughed, her voice ringing through the trees. "Help you? Are you serious? You are so old and weak. You should just lie down and wait for death to come." The old woman's eyes darkened, but she said nothing. Ambira continued, "If you can't carry your firewood, don't gather it. What do you expect me to do? I'm not your servant." With that, she turned on her heel and walked away, leaving the old woman standing alone. But as Ambira walked, she felt a strange warmth spread through her belly. She stopped, clutching her stomach as it began to swell. "What's happening to me?" she screamed, but there was no one around to answer. Her belly grew larger and larger, until it looked like she was carrying not one but 10 babies. It was heavy, hard as a rock, and impossible to ignore. Panic set in as she staggered back to the village. By the time Ambira reached the village, her swollen belly had become so enormous that people gasped in shock. "What's wrong with her?" they whispered. Some joked, "Did she swallow a cow?" Others simply stared, too afraid to ask. Ambira wailed, begging for help, but no one came. "You think I'd help you after what you said to me last week?" one woman sneered. "Find someone else to carry your burden." Her husband Mosi tried his best to support her, but even he struggled under the weight of her insults. "You've cast us all, Ambira," he said, shaking his head. "Maybe it's time you look at yourself." Desperate, Ambira remembered the old woman at the stream. "She must have done this to me," she thought. Limping through the forest, she called out, "Old woman, please forgive me. I didn't mean what I said." Days turned into weeks as Ambira searched, but the spirit was nowhere to be found. The villagers watched as the once proud woman dragged herself through the village, her beauty overshadowed by her suffering. Her swollen belly made it hard to sleep, eat, or even move. The pain was constant, and her pride crumbled with every passing day. For the first time, Ambira understood what it meant to be helpless. One evening, as Ambira sat by the river in tears, the old woman appeared. Her eyes glowed with an otherworldly light, and her voice was calm but firm. "You mocked me for being old and helpless," she said. "Now you know how it feels." "Please," Ambira begged, falling to her knees. "I was wrong. I was cruel. I see that now. Forgive me and take this curse away." The spirit tilted her head. Forgiveness must be earned. To lift this curse, you must repay those you've wronged. How? Tell me what to do, Ambira cried. Go to every person you've insulted in this village, the spirit said. For each one, fetch 10 buckets of water as a sign of your apology. Only then will the curse be lifted. The next morning, Ambira took a small pot and began her journey. The first stop was Nuru, the village healer. I'm sorry for calling you a fake, Ambira said, her voice trembling. I will fetch 10 buckets of water for you. Nuru, surprised but touched, agreed. Ambira staggered to the river, her swollen belly making each step a struggle. By the time she finished, her hands were raw and her body ached. She continued to the next person and the next. Each time, she apologized sincerely and carried out the spirit's task. Some villagers mocked her, saying, Look who's fetching water now. But Ambira stayed silent, her shame pushing her forward. After weeks of hard work, Ambira reached the last person on her list, Mosi, her husband. Tears filled her eyes as she knelt before him. I have wronged you the most, she said, for all the times I insulted you and took you for granted. I am sorry. Let me fetch you water. Mosi, moved by her transformation, embraced her. You don't need to fetch water for me, Ambira. Your apology is enough. As Ambira stood, the spirit appeared once more. You have shown true remorse and humility, the spirit said. She waved her hand and Ambira's swollen belly began to shrink. Within moments, she was back to her normal self, her beauty restored. Ambira returned to the village a changed woman. She was no longer the proud, cruel bully everyone feared. Instead, she became kind, helpful, and humble. She helped others without being asked and treated everyone with respect. The villagers forgave her, and her marriage to Mosi grew stronger than ever. Ambira's story became a lesson for all. Pride and cruelty bring nothing but pain, but humility and kindness can heal even the deepest wounds. And so, the tale of Ambira and the spirit's curse was told for generations, a reminder to always treat others with compassion, for you never know who might be watching.